How valid are international school contracts? Can they be rescinded?
Well, yeah, this has been the year for that.
Absolutely.
So in the past, we had very few clients who would rescind a contract. Obviously, any contract is dependent upon the teacher being able to get a visa. And there are many things that can get in that way. So, for example, in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, teachers have to undergo a very rigorous security screening. And I've seen more teachers than ever before get turned away, and they won't tell us why. It might be that, you know, your second cousin, once removed, has posted something unsavory. Well, they won't tell us, and we don't know. So there are international school contracts that have been rescinded because the teacher is unable to get a visa. If they can get a visa, we've seen an uptick this year in schools cutting contracts, either because the teachers couldn't get to the country that they needed to go, and their internet connection was not stable enough. And we've seen contracts being cut because of a drop of enrollment. So it had been up until COVID that there were not enough early years teachers in the world for the demand. They were harder to get than physics teachers. And then all of a sudden this year, because of COVID, the number of early years positions dropped because it's a non-compulsory education. Parents are saying, well, I'm just going to keep my child home.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just sit it out for a year.
Yeah.
So the number of early years jobs dropped, and we saw some people getting contracts rescinded. I will say that in my company, we do everything we can to find that teacher another job. That's one of the benefits of working with us, is if we know that this is happening and there's nothing we can do about it, we pull out all the stops to try to find them something else. So yes, they can be.
We haven't really covered this, and we won't have time to cover it in any depth, but I just picked up on the term social media and what you post. Be careful what you post, because some countries are highly sensitive, and stuff does go around. Is that the case?
Absolutely. Teachers really need to be careful what they post. More and more schools are looking at the teacher's character and the teacher's personality, because you're relocating not just the teacher but the whole person abroad, and they use that as a judgment about whether that person can fit in this new country. So if you are somebody who's writing about who's posting about what's happening in Hong Kong and supporting the Hong Kong rebels, the Umbrella Rebellion, if you're then going to try to get a job in China, they might see that, and they might think, well, actually, yeah, so is that really the right thing to be doing? They will look at you as a person. And in the Middle East, they actually started this a while ago. And like I said, that we've had so many teachers get rejected going to the Middle East, and we can't tell them why.
And again, it comes back to this point that the teacher as a brand, the reputation, it travels with you, even if good or bad or indifferent.
Absolutely.